hitman, pull out the hitman. I'm a 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 hitman, pull out the hitman.
Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead, and I don't know what to call this. I guess it's like a first part finale, because we got 3 parts, and it's going to be crazy stuff this season. We're going to analyze what the first 8 episodes were about. I know we've done some scoring, and some of the episodes came in really high, but today we're going to kind of look at episode 8, what we liked about it, where some opportunity was, and then we're going to compare that to the entire first 8 episodes, because I know individually some are really good, but now that we look back on it, we might we might change our opinion a little bit. So let's start out. I just want to find out your initial kind of raw feelings based on last night's episode. Some of you saw it a week ago, and you've been sort of waiting for this reaction video. So from a 1 to a 10, let me see what you guys thought of it. I got a feeling, I'm not trying to influence your scores, I got a feeling it's going to come in a little bit lower than past episodes. June Smith says a 10. June's pretty excited about what's to come. I got a feeling it's going to be a little bit disappointing for a finale or a mid-season or a third of a season, whatever we're doing this season. Other than June with the 10s, I see 7.5, 8.3, 8.8, 8, 8. Colton says 10. All right, so we got a couple 10s out there. Now, Rotten Tomatoes had it barely over an 8. Valerie Feldman, I see Valerie with a 10. 8.5, 9, 9. You guys are not going to like me today. This is the lowest rated episode of the season for me. I gave it a 7. I know it's going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been really high on The Walking Dead individually this season, but this, to me, left a lot to be desired. I'll go through. I'll tell you why. I've been pretty high on it, and you guys remember last week, right? I was right there with those 9s. Some of you guys were coming in at 7 or 8 last week, and I was like, no, it's really good. The only thing I didn't like about last week was how, Elijah's sister was there, and, it was very coincidental. But I'm going to start by saying, first and foremost, the Pope is very, very hard to understand when he's speaking. Am I the only one that thought that he just... Sometimes what he was saying, I missed it. And to me, that's just bad. It's either bad audio or it's just they didn't have the microphone. Something was wrong, that it was just very hard to kind of get in the moment to say, what did he say? And I think it was impactful. I think it had some meaning to it. But if you don't get it in that moment, and you got to go back and watch it and turn it up and listen to it and figure out, like, what was he saying? Because he talked quite a bit. And if you missed what he said, you don't really get into the character. You lose the effect of it. Exactly, Amy. So to me, that was a big problem, is the Pope. The Pope just didn't do it for me as a villain. And the reason why I'm coming in at a 7, and I reserve the right to go back and look at previous episodes. So for me, this episode was so bad. By bad, I mean a 7. I don't mean terrible. But it was so bad that it actually made me go back and reconsider how I feel about some of the previous episodes. Because some of the higher scores I gave it were based on the fact that they were really going to do something with the Pope. So, I'm sorry. Leah is going to be the new Pope. It doesn't happen. And was there any reason at all for Daryl not to kill her? Give me one reason for him not to finish her off and just throw her ass off the side of the building right then and right there. I mean, she basically just set him up for failure. There is no reason. He had the opportunity right then and there just to end it. And it set it up for, look, now we know that Maggie and Negan are not going to die, because this was the other thing I had a problem with. Ever since the Negan lineup, The Walking Dead has had a problem with cliffhangers. I don't know why they don't want to do it. I don't know why they're afraid to do it. I don't know why they don't want us to talk about it for 3 months. But why in the hell did they show Negan and Maggie like deer in the headlights about to die, and then they show us a preview of the next episode with them alive? Come on. They can do better than that. These are the little things that just, why not give us a cliffhanger? We can talk about it for 3 months. It's okay. But you set up this whole dramatic episode of, are they going to die? And now I'm just thinking, what is the narrative? When we come back in 9 or 10, what are we going to get really, really excited about for episode 9? Well, the Commonwealth. I mean, that seems to be the direction they're pushing it. But, here, I don't know why they're in such a hurry to end it. So here's what I would say, okay? I understand that they said this is going to be the last season. And and they want to go out in a blaze of glory. But why didn't they just make it 2 seasons? And look, it's not because I'm greedy for The Walking Dead. I mean, look, I can move on, right? I can move on from The Walking Dead, although I don't want it to end. But why didn't they just make it another whole season and just do something with the Pope, right? I mean, he wasn't around long enough to even make us worry about him, except for Leah just killed him. I thought this guy was going to be the next coming of Negan or Alpha, but he surely wasn't. It was rushed, and I agree with that absolutely, Kim. The Pope did not even kill a major character. The Pope, true story, everybody. The Pope killed more of his own people than he killed of our people. I mean, really. The only thing this guy was good at is killing the Reapers. And let me ask this question. How many people, absolutely, Dimes, how many people remember this? All right? Hang on, I'm going to put you back into character. This is the same group that kicked Maggie's group's ass. I mean, that's what's a little bit embarrassing. All right? This same group destroyed Maggie's group. I mean, they were supposed to be badass. Remember them walking down the street? And Maggie said, now, them Reapers, only 2 things. One thing, when you see them, thing number 2, you're already dead, or something like that. I don't know. It's like Maggie built up this whole, when they were in the sub, this whole dramatic effect of when you see the Reapers, it's too late because you're already dead. But yet, I don't know. They died really easily this time around. I mean, just yesterday they were all starving. So the Reapers got their ass kicked by a starving Negan, a starving Maggie, a starving Father G, and they're perfect. They're well fed. They've been eating steaks every night, and still can't protect their own area. All right, so they were supposed to be, this evil group that would blow themselves up before they talk. Yeah, they got a lot of food. They got a whole warehouse full of food. So, and again, look, I still gave it a 7. Maybe I look back on it and that was even generous. I don't know. I got a feeling that after we talk about this for a little bit, that some of those scores are going to go down a little bit. Maybe from and this is why when we always do these scores, we gotta put our fandom to the side. Like Dimes gave it a 9, and then I gave it a 7. She's like, "What kills? What? How did you do that?" And now that we talk about it, Dimes probably gonna come in and like, yeah, maybe it wasn't a 9. And all I'm asking you guys for is I do have to preface this every time we do it. I love The Walking Dead. I've been a fan for a long, long time. I've met a lot of you through The Walking Dead, either Walking Dead Gaming or the show. But the one thing about our channel is I think we always do a really, really good job of honest assessment and dialogue. Unlike a lot of channels, a lot of channels out there, they really kiss up to The Walking Dead, even if it's not a great episode. To me, I know a good episode when I see it. I feel it. I'm into it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for what's next. This one was not it. This was just not it. And I don't know why they wanted to get. Well, I partially know. I think the problem is that they're working this franchise around the movie, and they're trying to make Fear, The World Beyond, and The Walking Dead all sort of, come to this kind of simultaneous ending. Whereas it just would have been better for me to have a whole nother season of The Walking Dead. Let's slow down on the Commonwealth. Let's really get Maggie intertwined back into the story. Let's get Negan back into the story. Let's have a good fight with thank you for that, Eric, but let's keep it on The Walking Dead, please. If they would have just had kind of like a good fight with the Pope and not kind of watered him down. Because didn't you guys feel just a little bit of creepiness when Daryl and Maggie and everybody else was at that house and the Pope was left there? So let me ask you guys this question. And I don't remember the guy's name. He was one of Maggie's guys, but the guy who got tortured. What did he tell the Pope? Because remember, and they kind of left that to whatever. Because the Pope was like, yeah, I got all the information out of him that I wanted. And then he whispers to the other guy, and then Daryl's like, huh? What do they know? So you feel like it's going to be creepy, and Daryl's got to watch his back. And then Remember the Pope telling a story about the dog? Yep, I found this dog, and he was a stray dog, and, well, I wasn't sure if he was going to lick me or he was going to bite me. Yeah, I ain't going to lick you. It's like, okay. I mean, we tell this whole story about a dog that's going to lick him or bite him, and then Daryl's big punchline is, I ain't going to lick you. And then you're like, okay, there's this dynamic working. Something's going to happen. And nothing happened. So it was rushed. I don't know that you go through all of the effort to do that and just waste it. It was a wasted crescendo in my mind. He knew something about Daryl. Daryl knew something. And then next thing you know, Leah kills him. Now, if Leah kills Maggie and Negan, and I know you guys don't want that, then we're on to something. At least something is worthwhile. But this is going to be some Fear the Walking Dead stuff. Like those arrows they're just going to like barely miss them. So I get that Daryl was trying to recruit her at that moment. But this is, I'm sorry, this is how dumb Daryl is. Daryl goes from literally no girlfriend to trying to recruit his third girlfriend. He's already got Carol. He's already got Connie back there waiting for him. And now he's going to be like, come on over, Leah. We'll invite you back too. You can join us. No, that wasn't going to work, first of all. Second of all, he should have just killed her. All right, I'm going to leave it right now at a 7. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you guys may or may not remember this, but I made a bold prediction, and I think it's about 75% true. So you guys all give me a 999 if you want me to repeat that bold prediction, and I'm going to tell you why I'm right. Give me a 999 and I'll tell you my bold prediction, and I'll tell you why I feel pretty good about it. All right, here it is. Rosita is bitten. And I'm going to tell you why I know that she is on her last legs and she's going to be dying very soon. That is my super bold prediction. And I predicted this a few months back, and I told you guys that Rosita needs to go out as a badass. You guys remember me saying that? Remember me saying that they're going to give her one more because her character is such a good character, and it's just kind of been on the back burner a little bit. and I said they're going to give her one more like blaze of glory moment, and then they will kill her. So last night was our blaze of glory moment. I mean, Judas out there watching, and you think that Judas going to go out there and help her, and the next thing you know, Rosita comes back, and she just had the look on her face like, I did what I needed to do to save everybody, but you could tell something was just not right when she got back. She just had the look like, I just saved the group, but I just lost my family. And again, it was way too short. What she did there needed a little bit more camera angle, and it wasn't enough. It was kind of like half of what Michonne did. Now, maybe, but maybe so. But could be another wasted opportunity. And I'll go back. I'll review a little bit of the trailer to see the time frames and everything else. But if she doesn't die, I don't know what to say. Maybe we're just all going to go out and keep everybody together and happy. I don't see a reboot of The Walking Dead coming. So I'm going to throw it out there. I want to get a few of your questions in here. Well, you know what? Before we do, I do want to ask again. So we've kind of talked a little bit, some serious, some in jest. Let's rate it again. All right, so not the whole first half or first third. So now again, last night's episode, now that we've had a chance to sort of talk out loud and communicate with each other, give it a score from a 1 to a 10. I want to see if anybody changed their score. June cracks me up. We took 20 percentage points off June. Colton went from a 10 to a 3. You guys are killing me, man. You guys are killing me. All right. This is funny. Oh, that's why I love you guys. But you know what? We're pretty honest about it. All right. Yeah, you know what? I mean, 7s and 8s I think are reasonable. Colton is like, kills Butcher. You know what, Colton? You and I should never sit down and watch a movie together because I'm like looking at things. I'm like, hey, why did that happen? Why did that happen? You know, I have fun with it though. Yeah, I mean, busy. That's true. I mean, he might have had a little snuff there, some skull bandits or something. They still make skull bandits. I don't even know if they do anymore. You guys know what I'm talking about, like those little packets of tobacco that you put under your gums. Maybe they stopped. No, I don't talk during movies. That I don't do, but I just I store a lot of information. All right, so Eric wants to know um, who is going to die in part two. I have no idea. Um, I mean, I know I would kill a lot of them off. So let's do this. Let me ask you guys this question. I mean, what is the big death up to this point? Gage? is that? I'm not going to do that again. Last week we talked about it, and we had like a hour-long conversation about whether or not Maggie should have saved Gage. I'm not going down that road again. But I will say this. Clearly we didn't have that big Alden. Well, we don't know about Alden, right? So if you were writing the first 8 episodes and you decided that you needed a death, who would you have killed in the first 8 episodes? Well, that's the thing. Look, right, Villar? The biggest cliffhanger we got right now is whether or not Alden is alive. I mean, there you go. There's your cliffhanger. But let me see who you guys who would you have killed? I mean, they couldn't even kill Virgil. They couldn't kill Connie. They couldn't kill Alden. They can't kill anybody. They're killing horses. Well, Maggie's not realistic. Because you're not bringing Maggie back just to die. I mean, that would have been... See, Nixie, I can't agree with that because I understand why they brought her back. So, Maggie is too much of a part of the story right now. She's got a storyline with Negan. She's trying to get food for the group. And then now, she's trying to storm back and get revenge. So, I don't think that would have been like a very congruent story. Nav, I agree with that. I think Alden... Well, yeah... Nixie, I think you could say a lot would like to see her die, or a lot would have never liked to see her come back. And I think once you bring her back, you're kind of tied to her, to the story, at least to this point. Yeah, Ezekiel couldn't die. I mean, Ezekiel we thought it was throat cancer, and it wasn't. So yeah, they can't kill Ezekiel, can't kill Alden, can't kill Connie, can't kill Virgil. They're not killing anybody. So at this point, it looks like they're just going to take everybody to Commonwealth and live somewhat not happily ever after. Well, Nav, here's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to give us, I know you guys ain't going to like this. You guys remember the sad Eric moment where Eric was like dead and sort of wandering away in the fields? I think we're going to get to see a dead Alden, or a sad tearjerker moment from Alden, because they don't want to kill any major characters, so they're going to have to kill a semi-major character that we already think is dead. So, Nav, this is why I disagree with it a little bit, because there really is no way that Alden's alive. There just can't be. I mean, the dude couldn't even walk. So maybe on the way back, they try to take him a little food, help him out. But if he lives, that's going to be a miracle. If Alden lives, nobody's dying. And again, if somebody dies, I'm blaming Daryl. Because if somebody dies, it's going to be Leah's going to kill him. And then it's going to be another missed opportunity where he should have finished the job. All right, so I don't think we saw Elijah in the trailer, did we? All right, so here you go. This won't even be a bold prediction. How about this? That's how Maggie and Negan survive. How about that? The arrows were coming right at them, and Elijah's already taken a little bit of that explosion. So Elijah dives in front of Maggie and Negan and gives his life to save the two of them, and that's how they survive all the arrows. So we see like boom, 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 boom. We see like 20 arrows go into Elijah. And he becomes like a human shield for the two of them. And then we'll get one of those Maggie speeches about, right? I mean, there's no way they could survive it. We saw the arrows coming right at them. So it's going to be like, Maggie's going to be like, now see, now Negan, that's what loyal people do for you. She's going to be like all proud that one of her own gave his life. So, and there really is no purpose for Elijah to live at this point, because he's already seen his sister die. And so this is what The Walking Dead does. They gave him closure so they could kill him an episode later. See, if they wouldn't have given him closure, it would have been like, okay, why did Elijah die? Yeah, I mean, but they told that story so fast. And she just happened to be there. And the Pope's dead, so now he can die. He can give his life for Maggie and Negan. I mean, I feel bad saying that's a bold prediction, because I think that's an easy one. Because there's zero chance that the two of them are going to survive those arrows. unless someone jumps in front. Yeah, a lot to unpack here. And you know what? We got October, November, December. Wow, we got like 4 months. A cliffhanger would have been perfect. But my cliffhanger for 4 months is going to be whether or not Alden is alive. And I'm going to say no. Yeah, I can't figure out the Negan story either. I feel like Negan would be a nice reboot of the Whispers. Like, I said this a while back, is it would always be cool to think about the Whispers being out there. So I'm going to say Negan and Lydia do not want to be a part of the Commonwealth. So they decide just to kind of go out on their own and rebuild that primitive lifestyle of the Whispers and do it in a little different way. Daryl and Carol, they go out looking for Rick. They're going out to New Mexico. I'm not going to say it's going to be a spinoff yet, Eric. I'm just going to say it's going to be very open-ended in case they want to bring something back. So I think most of the people with kids go to the Commonwealth. Negan and Lydia and a few others, they go off to be Whispers. Daryl and Carol, they take off. We'll see. I mean, I think Rick is somewhere out in that CRM zone, that Texas, Oklahoma range. So I think Daryl and Carol are like, hey, get on the bike. Let's go find Rick. You know, why not? I mean, everybody ends up in Texas. John, Morgan, Dwight, Sherry, everybody. Rick. Well, you know what, Nav, I will definitely say this. If the Carol and Daryl show is lighthearted, I doubt I would watch the two of them for sitcom. In fact, they're probably the last two on the show that I would turn to for an ounce of humor. Now, if it was Eugene and Negan going off on their own, then maybe I would tune in for that. But yeah, I'm gonna bypass that if that's what the narrative is. Hopefully there's an objective. I mean, I don't know how Carol could become lighthearted. She cries every episode. I think like the last 5 or 6 episodes, she's cried at least 3 of them. Aaron was about to go ballistic on the Whisper dude, and Carol was just like, Aaron, don't. You're not gonna forgive yourself. It's like, dude just lied, tried to stab him. Let him kill him. Just one. She like grabbing it. Stop. Stop it, Aaron. No. Didn't you see this guy just try to stab us with a knife? All right. Yeah. I mean, what is it going to be? I mean, they're riding through the desert on a bike. Hey, Carol. What do you call a cactus with no pricks? I don't know. It's like I have no idea what the jokes are going to be. It's going to be like motorcycle jokes. Anyway, I mean, we'll see. I mean, we're all going to watch it. I hope. I hope we watch it. The one thing about it though is Daryl and Carol can both shoot. And and I think that's when I look back on The Walking Dead. We got Rick Grimes, who was a sheriff that couldn't shoot. But we got Carol, who can bake cookies and can shoot. And the one thing that's always confused me about The Walking Dead is sometimes a person can go out there and they can kill 20 undead. And in one time they trip and they can't find a way to kill one. So I think when that happens after 11 seasons, it's probably time to come up with a new spinoff. So I'm excited to see how they're going to finish this, how they're going to close it, and then the direction they take it in the future. With incorporating of the movie and how Fear. I mean, Fear at this point, I got to catch up on some Fear. I don't know, nuclear submarines and people and yeah, we'll see. We'll see how next week goes down. So hey, we're about 45 minutes in. I've had a great time hanging out with you guys tonight. We will talk Fear, so we're not going to retire from the Walking Dead chat and not talk about it for 4 months. So I do have more of an interest in Fear than I do some of the other episodes that are out there, World Beyond. I just can't do it. So I'm looking forward to a few of the episodes. We might not do it every week. We got a lot of things going on with the channel, just a lot of gaming stuff. You guys know. I mean, we've been playing Play Dead Live for 2 years now. We have a blast doing it. And we'd love to get a few of you guys in and join us and experience some of our own created adventures. But whether you're into Walking Dead, you're into gaming, you're into Play Dead Live, we are going to have a gaming portal that we've been working on for about 6 months. So I hope to have that up within the next 45 days. So once we do, we're going to invite all of you guys to sign up and register on it. So you can kind of keep up with a little bit of what we're doing. There'll be some trivia contests. There's going to be some gaming. There's going to be an arcade that we implement into that. So it's going to be a little bit of the way the channel started. We started as gaming. We merged into discussions. And then we created a game and a RPG. So it's not going to be one of anything. It's going to be a little bit of everything. So hopefully you guys will check in, hang out with us from time to time. And we're certainly going to get a little bit of fear chat in, probably next Sunday night. But, we'll be doing some other stuff. We get some random things back in and then some of our other events. So that is where we're going to leave it. So hopefully we didn't bash it too much. I had a great time with you guys. Do me a favor, give me a 999. Let me get some shout outs before I'm going to go check out a little bit of the Ravens game. Probably not doing too well tonight, but we'll certainly go cheer them on. So give me some 999s, everybody. And let's get some shout outs for all of our really, really loyal group. Love hanging out with you guys. So I see Straight Edge. I see our moderators, Julia, Kel, Amy. I see Deidre Perkins. Great to see you. The Ocean Man in the house. Nav Malcolm, always a pleasure. Rebecca Mendez, thank you. Nixie, great to see you. Diana C. Matthew Wolfson, thank you for being here. Appreciate all of you guys getting involved. Northside Queen, always a pleasure to see you as well. So a lot of these names I see just year after year after year, and we're not going anywhere. I'm telling you guys, when The Walking Dead goes, we're still going to be here doing something. So E-Beach, certainly Eric, we'll get some predictions, and I don't know at this point. I mean, I'd be like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it sticks. I can give you some bold predictions, but you just never know how they're going to write this out, whether they want everybody to kind of be happy and all survive, or whether or not we're going to get a real epic type of ending. Colton, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. And Busy Bee, if I missed anybody in the shout-outs, I will catch you guys the next time around. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll see you guys for some future streams. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.